What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my obsession. I wanted to add this in a little bit real quick. This little bit in real quick is what I mean. Um, yeah, I just wanted to show you the shapes of these and how they, in my opinion, they're pretty similar. And I'm really loving this shape lately. It's like a triangular type of deal going on. I still need to find out the designer of this, but it reminds me of Liang Ma. I really love his designs. There's a couple of knives on his Instagram page that you could, if you wanted to look him up, or you may be following him already. I'm not sure. But yeah, Liang Ma's designs, not all of them, but some of them, remind me of these two knives right here, which remind me of each other. I love the slot flicking action you get with these, and I love the short handles. There's just something about a triangular blade with a slot for deployment and a short handle. It seems to go very well with me in my hands, and it just works for me in my daily life and everything, at my job, everywhere. So anyway, I just wanted to show you the similarities between these two. I will add this to my other video. Thank you, and here we go. Hey, you guys, what's up? I am doing a review of this little guy today, which is the Kubey KU122. Its only form of deployment is the slot in the blade, which is actually phenomenal. The action on this guy is amazing. The thumb flicking action is one of my favorites. And I only have one Spyderco that I can finger flick, and that's the Mannix. And I just got that, so I love the Mannix, don't get me wrong. I'm just getting used to it still. It's a lot larger than this knife, so it's a big difference. This knife is just about 6 3/4 of an inch, somewhere like just under 6 3/4 of an inch. So it's a small knife, but it packs a big punch, though, in my opinion. It's got great ergos. It has a very small handle, so you can get a 4 finger grip, but it just feels, you can feel how small it is. But it's pretty awesome because you can still get that 4 finger grip. It doesn't have much of a choil. There's not much of a plunge grind to speak of, really. But the edge is pretty phenomenal as well. I love the geometry on this guy because it's a phenomenal slicer. This thing is a great slicer. I've gone through so many boxes. I tore up shoes with this thing the other day, and it went through the material like it was nothing. I mean, it went through like cardboard or paper. I just wanted to show you guys a little. I might actually have to strop it, but just to show you how very slicey this little guy is. Pretty slicey. I'm probably gonna strop it up here pretty soon, but I figure why not give you a couple samples of what I'm saying here. Yeah, goes right through. Absolutely no problem. It's pretty good. I have been so happy with this guy, so it's been great. I am not going to complain one bit. All right, just had to clean up that little mess. But yeah, so back to the blade. Let me just get that little bit of stuff off there. The edge is great. The flat grind it's awesome. This thing is awesome. It goes to a really fine tip, so you can do detailed work. It's great for utility cuts. It's great for any cut, but it really does, the shape of this knife in its entirety definitely favors the utility cut, I would say. Um, Although any way you want to use this guy, it's gonna be good for you. The reverse grip is a little, it's it's actually really good. At first it didn't feel right, but yeah, I could see myself stabbing some things at work or a person. if they get on my nerves. Just kidding. But yeah, the false shut action is phenomenal. This little thumb ramp is awesome. I love Kubey. I mean, I can't complain about anything on this knife. Except for um well, it's got like a I like the finish on it, but it's I would prefer more of a heavy stone wash with this blade. I just feel like it would look really, really good with a heavy stone wash. I think this is a bead blast, but I'm not sure because if it's a bead blast, it's a really, really light bead blast. Um, I'm just not fond of bead blasts, so I'm really happy that they didn't make it a heavy bead blast because Kershaw does they tend to do a lot of bead blasting on their blades, and I hate it. I hate that. I sold every one of my Kershaws because of that. Um, so I have one Kershaw, I think, and but yeah, I just don't like bead blasted blades. I don't think it's the most attractive way to do the treatment, I guess you could say. It could just look so much better, especially with the black handle. A heavy stone wash on there would just be beautiful. But I am not unhappy with this finish at all. I am not unhappy with it. Um, do I wish it was something else? Yes, but I'm perfectly happy with this. It doesn't lose points because of the finish. I'll just say that. Another thing is it has a deep carry pocket clip. It's not inset to the liner or the scale, which is unfortunate because why put flat screws in there if you're not gonna inset the clip into the scale? It doesn't make sense because there's that little chunk of steel, and I guess because this is just such a skinny entrance right here that my pocket gets caught up on it a little bit. Well, my jeans do. My shorts don't, but the jeans is practically what I wear on a daily basis because of work. So it's unfortunate, but maybe they'll learn their lesson. But they did put a left hand carry on here, so I'm really happy about that, especially for all you left hand carriers out there. I know there's a couple in my audience. I know Jay, the knife beater, is a left hand carry type of guy, and so he might like this one. He probably already has it because I know he's really on top of these budget blades. That's another thing, man. For a budget blade, I feel like the quality I'm getting from Kubey right now it's awesome. It's out of this world. I mean, just to uh, show you, I'm gonna show you my Wolverine again because it's one of my favorite knives of all time right now. And just I was noticing something because I never took this knife apart, but what I had thought they did with these scales was they hollowed them out, especially because of you can hear that sound. It sounds hollow, right? Well, then I was looking at it today and I thought, how could it be hollowed out but still have a frame lock? If it was hollowed out, it would have an inset liner lock. So I was looking in there and it's actually just heavily, heavily hollowed out. I mean, there's a ton of weight reduction in there, is what I mean. So I just wanted to correct myself on that. There are no steel liners. I thought for some odd reason that this thing had steel liners, but yeah, it's just heavily milled out just for weight reduction. And man, did they do it very well because if you could understand, I don't know if any of you have had the chance to get one of these in your hand, but if you will understand if you ever do get the titanium version because this handle is so incredibly thin. I don't know how it was possible for them to make this without completely having just the scales just cave in. I mean, it is that thin. It's so thin, but it's so strong. That's what I love about titanium. I love titanium handles. But yeah, this is in the running for me for one of the best knives of the year. And I think Kubey, Kaiser, Bestech, There, and one other, I can't think of their name right now. They make the Main Street, but the Main Street is in the running for me for Knife of the Year. I'm just gonna tally up some points as we go along, and in December, I'm just going to name what my Knife of the Year is, and I hope that you're all there to watch it with me. But yeah, let's get back to the K122, KU122. Yeah, this guy is a great little worker. It's not like a knife to really beat up on, but you can put this blade through some heavy use. It goes through heavy cardboard, it goes through heavy materials. It's not something that you'd want to cut wires or anything like that with. I wouldn't, just because the behind the edge is so thin. I mean, this is a great slicer. So I would definitely not put that through anything as far as wires or anything more than, just a sturdy material like boots. I put it through the rubber ends of waterproof boots, and it sliced the tips of those boots off like nothing. I mean, it was pretty awesome. This little thing is a worker, so it is definitely, and it carries very well. I mean, just because it has that little problem with this clip. I just wish they would have inset the clip. It might have given us more room here, because this is too thin. It needs more. I don't know. I guess it just needs more room. Maybe bend it. Maybe I could bend it or something. I don't know. But it's not. It doesn't have a problem going in your pocket, but sometimes it will hit your pants, and it's kind of annoying. But other than that, this is a great little buy. I would definitely suggest it. It's a really cheap one. I'm not sure if there's any more on eBay, but that's where I found them the cheapest. Um, and yeah, oh, check out the blade stock. This is, I think I showed you, but it's just, man, does that distal taper get down there. That thing is paper thin. It's crazy. But yeah, let me just compare it with this Wolverine. Interesting. The Wolverine overall has a thinner stock, and the tip looks like it's thinner as well. But I have beaten this thing up. Oh, I know what saves it is this swedge right here. This really, swedges, not only do they look good, they definitely have a function when it comes to putting them on a knife. And also, I wanted to add that when you are slicing with this thing, you can get really nice long cuts, and the deployment hole does not really bunch up materials a lot. It goes through materials very well. On cardboard, it may stop a little, but it doesn't bunch up. It doesn't get caught up in there very much or anything like that. So it's really good for that. Great little knife by Kubey KU122. I definitely recommend this one. Of course, I recommend the Wolverine in Thai as well, but I do want to get the micarta version, and it is on my list. So anyway, I hope you guys made it to the end. We're going on 13 minutes now, so I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and if you feel the need, please share this video. I will see you soon.